Donald Trump has tweeted out that people should not be buying Goodyear tires because in a leaked photo, they say Black Lives Matter is appropriate and MAGA and things like it are inappropriate. Blue Lives Matter, for instance. Now, the whole thing has led to this really silly controversy because if Trump tweets it, it's breaking news. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Another story built around Donald Trump tweeting. Okay. To be fair, it has to do with the original story, which is from a local affiliate. This is WIBW, where apparently an employee of Goodyear leaked this image. It says, zero tolerance. Acceptable, Black Lives Matter. LGBT pride, unacceptable. Blue Lives Matter, All Lives Matter, MAGA attire, political affiliated slogans or material. This seems to be, in my opinion, it seems real. Now, there's been an update. Goodyear's claiming it's not real. We'll get to this. But the reason why it seems real is that it is the perception of those who entertain the Black Lives Matter ideology that it's not really political at all. It transcends this. That's what de Blasio said. So their official stance seems to be, well, political slogans like MAGA are not allowed. But Black Lives Matter clearly isn't political. Of course it is. It literally is. They use the Democrats' Act Blue fundraising system to raise money. It's quite literally a political slogan. But anyway, let's read and see exactly what's going on. And then we'll break down what's happening here. And I want to first say the title from CNN, Trump cancels Goodyear tires. He didn't. Trump did not cancel anything. Listen. They're trying to smear Trump. Trump cancels Goodyear tires as he campaigns against cancel culture. Let me tell you what cancel culture is. You say something offensive, they destroy your life. They get you banned. What cancel culture isn't? Asking someone to do better. The left would try and claim that cancel culture is just trying to convince people to do better. But if that were true, apologies would work. They don't. And if that were true, 10-year-old tweets would not be fair game. A story got published. Trump said, not cool. Goodyear said, hey, wait, that wasn't from us. But the point is, a boycott like we're seeing now isn't an attempt to destroy the company permanently. It's an attempt to change their behavior by saying we won't be your customers if you engage in this behavior. Quite literally, a path to redemption. That's not what cancel culture is. Cancel culture has no path to redemption other than just, subservience, I guess. Well, CNN says President Donald Trump is calling on his followers to not buy Goodyear tires, despite previously railing against cancel culture. And after an employee posted a viral photo to a company policy banning MAGA, Make America Great Again, and other political attire. Don't buy Goodyear tires. They announced a ban on MAGA hats. Get better tires for far less. This is what the radical left Democrats do. Two can play the same game, and we have to start playing it now, he tweeted Wednesday morning. Well, that's actually a really good point. In another viral tweet that came from about Matt Walsh, in one he says boycotts are dumb, and the other he says time to boycott. But this tweet actually cut up the point where apparently Matt Walsh, I believe he said the Daily Wire, said, you know what, I was wrong and perhaps boycotts are a good idea. I'm not a big fan of most boycotts. I think they're relatively silly, but I got to say, I'm done buying from companies that get political. I'm not going to buy Gillette. Gillette, I don't know why you're talking about toxic masculinity. You do not want to hear from my commercials? This is a razor. It cuts hair off your face. It won't cut you. It's cheap, and, we deliver it to you. Buy from us at our website. I personally, I guess I'm a dude. I like commercials where it's like, this is product. Product is good. Buy product. Thank you for letting me know about product. Now I will consider buying it. What I don't care for these weird political corporations, it's like, dude, you make tires. Why are you telling your employees that they can wear these things? You make tires. I don't care. Well, it wasn't a public announcement. Like Trump said, that's actually not correct. It was a leaked photo. The CNN goes on to say the tweet came in response to an employee who posted the photo obtained by CNN affiliate WIBW from Topeka, Kansas. From the Topeka, Kansas Goodyear plant that showed a slide during a training that Black Lives Matter and LGBT pride apparel were acceptable. And I went over this already. Goodyear issued a statement following the president's tweet stating the visual in question was not created or distributed by Goodyear Corporate, but that it asks its associates to refrain from workplace expressions in support of political campaigning for any candidate or political party, as well as similar forms of advocacy that fall outside the scope of racial justice and equity issues. It's not an apology. The company also stated that it has always wholeheartedly supported both equality and law enforcement and will continue to do so. White House Press Secretary Kayleigh McEnany claimed later Wednesday that Goodyear's statement failed to clarify their policy. What happened is there was an image that was put out that showed that certain speech was acceptable. Black Lives Matter insignia, for instance. But what was not allowed was Blue Lives Matter, she said. What was not allowed was MAGA hats. What was clearly targeted was a certain ideology. They have not denied that that image was presented at one of their facilities. It probably was. The important thing here is that Blue Lives Matter is not political either, if you're going to argue Black Lives Matter isn't. Now, I think they're both political, but this just shows an absolute bias at the company. Well, now a lot of conservatives are saying just because they issued this statement doesn't mean they're apologizing or going to change their behavior, so don't let up. So therefore, even though they said they support law enforcement, conservatives are saying boycott. McEnany then claimed that Blue Lives Matter is as much of an equity issue as Black Lives Matter. Trump's tweets may also signal an appeal to voters in a key battleground state. The tire company is based in Akron, Ohio. Coincidentally, the president's custom limousine, known as the Beast, has custom Goodyear tires. Goodyear said in a 2009 statement that it is the exclusive tire for the presidential limo and the standard tire of the U.S. Secret Service. I think this part is really funny. Everybody keeps showing this image of the presidential limousine. Yes, Trump just tweeted he's upset with Goodyear. So don't be surprised if he just said, take the Goodyear tires off. Showing a photo from a long tire, showing a photo of a tire from a long time ago does not get the president in any way. He's probably sitting there going, oh, look at that. We use Goodyear. Cut him off. So bad news for Goodyear. Well, the bad news goes beyond just that bad news because their stock fell. Goodyear's stock fall after Trump tweet urging boycott of company's tires while rivals shares gain. Yeah, we live in an economy where Donald Trump can tweet something and you can lose a lot of money. I mean, Elon Musk can do the same thing. MarketWatch says shares of Goodyear tire and rubber dropped 3.1% in afternoon trading Wednesday after President Donald Trump urged people not to buy the tire maker's tires after reports the company was prohibiting certain. We get all that stuff. I guess that's the gist of the story. They announced a ban on MAGA hats, get better tires for less, Trump tweeted. Meanwhile, shares of rival tire maker Cooper Tire and Rubber rose 1.2%, and the U.S. listed stock of Japan-based Bridgestone Corp climbed 1.5%. Goodyear's stock has tumbled 39.4% year to date, while Cooper Tire shares have rallied 21.2%, and the S&P 500 SPX has gained 5.2%. Well, good for them. You know, I believe I do have the statement here. So Goodyear actually blocked anyone from people. Only they allowed to reply can reply, so no one can actually reply to this. They say yesterday Goodyear became the focus of a conversation that created some misconceptions about our policies and our company. Goodyear has always wholeheartedly supported both equality and law enforcement, blah, blah, blah. I'll tell you what. I don't want Goodyear to allow people to wear MAGA hats. I'll just say it. I don't. But I don't want them to wear anything else either. Wear a uniform. You sell tires. I don't care about the politics. Look, ultimately, if somebody wants to wear a hat because they're working, fine, I guess, whatever. It shouldn't be up to the company to be playing politics. For or against, whatever. It's just stupid that we're at this point. But like I've often said, why should we care about the political stance of a rubber company? We shouldn't, and we shouldn't have to listen to it. Now, as to whether boycotts make sense, I'll tell you, man, it's entirely up to you. But to be completely fair, it seems to work for the left. It really does. All these companies are terrified of the left because of boycotts, and they bend the knee in 2 seconds, but they don't care about conservative opinion. And because of this lopsided activist attack, you often very well will get companies ignoring conservatives and pandering straight up to the far left. So with that being said, I think Trump is right. You know, two can play this game. I think companies need to realize it's a no-win scenario. If you come out and say Black Lives Matter is okay, well, then you're going to lose customers. You come out and say MAGA is okay, you'll probably lose customers. How about you just say this? Guys, just wear your uniforms. And if one individual displays, you know, a symbol or whatever, you just say it is policy that you just wear a uniform. If an individual employee did, there's not much we can do about it, right? I'll tell you what, though. I don't think there's a way to win the game. Because if you get one employee wearing like a Goodyear uniform, and then he walks around wearing a MAGA hat or something, they're going to attack the company. The company is going to be like, what do you want us to do? It's a guy wearing a hat. I'm sick and tired of politics being everything, but this has been a goal of the far left for quite some time. They want to argue that games, that movies, that everything is politics. And technically it's true. It's culture, and politics comes after. They're trying to inject certain ideas into various businesses, cultures, or whatever, so that they can force politics at the end of the line. There's something I brought up in this leaked school curriculum, and this is an easy way to understand it. I mentioned how in this new far left woke curriculum for kids, the math problem injects wokeism. So it said something like, a normal math problem would say, John has 100 apples, but he can only store 73. What percent of the apples will spoil? Now you have these math problems that say, the police stopped, 2,300 white people, but 7,200 black people. What percentage of the people stopped were black? That way, they're injecting politics into something that's totally unrelated to seed the idea. It's like coming in through the side. That's what this is with these big companies. That's why Gillette did the Go Broke commercial. That's why so many companies, for some reason, are advertising ideology in that product. It is a Trojan horse for their ideology. So you know what? I don't care for Goodyear. I don't. If they want to allow this stuff, then I'm not interested. I don't care what it is. I'll leave it there. Next segment's coming up in a few minutes. Stick around, and I will see you all shortly.